What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Network King. Today we'll be covering the Windows Command Line. So we'll just jump right into it today. Over here on the bottom left of your screen, if you click this, it's the Windows Start menu. Will pop up. Type in CMD, enter, and the command prompt will pop up. If you're feeling a little lazy and you don't feel like using your mouse or moving it, you can press the Windows button on your keyboard and it'll pop up the Windows Start menu. Once again, type in CMD, enter, and boom, got your Windows command prompt again. Alright, so before we get into the how-tos and everything, I'm going to ask is, why would you use this old, outdated looking interface? It seriously looks like your grandma would have used this on her computer back when computers first came out, compared to this awesome GUI that Windows has provided, this graphical user interface. It's simpler, it's easier. Well, number one, most of the time using the command line will be a lot faster. Second, there are a lot of software and tools within security and networking and some programs that you can only use through the command line. And that's the why you would want to use this. But now the how-tos. Okay, so this little indicator right here, and this is called your current working directory. This basically tells you where you are in the computer within directory. So I'll give you a prime example. It's saying I'm within my local C drive. So I'm on a C drive. Under users, you have users. Wow, embarrassing. Under users, and this can say it's under Derek. Boom. And there we go. So from there, if I was to go into the next one, say origin, then that would be origin, which is empty. But if you notice in the Windows File Explorer, we'll have all these little features as far as like back, forward, you go up a folder, you can click on downloads, videos, local drive. You're not going to have any of that within the Windows command line, because those are all features from the GUI that I was explaining to you before. The graphical user interface makes everything pretty and simple for you. Well, if you're wondering, well, how are you going to navigate your desktop or your PC to this Windows command line, that's when you need to type in CD for change directory. And for instance, we'll go into the desktop. So we'll change directory, desktop, enter, and there we are. Now we are with the desktop. Now I currently don't remember what's on my desktop, so I'm going to teach you a little trick. Let's say you remember the first letter that you want, or that you know is going to be in there. So what we're going to do is change directory again, so we want to go into another folder. And I'll type in U tab. Tab allows you to autofill. I currently don't have any folders under U. Now we'll try B. Tab. Hey, what do you know? It autofilled everything for me. And let's say I'm not looking for Barola. I'm looking for Barola invoice. Well, I press tab once more, and that's what allowed me to go to the next one item on the list. And it'll continue to scroll down this list for every item that you have within that letter. For instance, I chose B, it'll continue going down the B's. And if I press tab once more, it'll go on to the next item on the list unless that list is over, and it'll restart. For instance, we're back to Barola. Now I recommend this tab feature because it'll help you autofill and correct typos or misspelling words. This way, if you don't know how to spell Barola or whatever you're trying to spell, does it have two R's, does it have one R, one L, two L's, it'll help you speed up the processes. But other than that, let's just say you want to go back to desktop. You can CD, change directory, 2 decimals, take you back a step. Now, you don't have to go back one step at a time. Let's say you want to go back to users, which would be back 2 directories. Go to CD, change directory, decimal, decimal, backslash, decimal, decimal. Press enter, and voila, now you're in the users directory. Remember, if you want to go forward, change directory, CD, whichever directory you want to go into. Or if you want, you can also move 2 steps ahead. For instance, if you want to just jump straight into Barola instead of going one step at a time forward, it goes the same thing, change directory, CD, Do desktop, tab for autofill. You can do the same thing as if you're going back 2 steps. You can use the backslash, and we use Barola B, and then tab for autofill once again. Saves with a half a second. Press enter, and voila. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If it was useful to you or helpful in any kind of way, please like, share, or comment down below. Remember that hands-on experience is key, so I recommend that you open up that Windows command prompt and follow along with me, step by step. If you'd like to learn more on how to use the Windows command prompt, go on to the next video in this tutorial. Until then, cheers.